Hey everybody, this is Dr. Turpeau. I just wanted to talk a little bit about a subject around infidelity. And before I get into the details, just want to ask that you share these videos. If you think somebody will benefit from them, please feel free to forward it and to share it to someone with someone else. And as always, like and please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So again, this is Dr. Turpeau, Black America's Love Doctor. I am on the road here in Atlanta, headed out on I-20 West, and just had some thoughts on infidelity, but not just infidelity, just how women and men tend to not understand each other. And it's been my I'll just talk about women today. If I have time, I'll go into men, but oftentimes women really don't understand men, and when it comes to infidelity and why men cheat. Men and women tend to cheat for some of the same reasons, but there's a predominant cause for men cheating, and there's a predominant cause why women cheat. The number one reason why men cheat is for recreation, for sport, because it's there. And that is men. When I say that, men understand that, but when I say that, women tend to not understand that. They just so far into them, they shake their heads in disgust. Y'all just so silly and immature and nasty and all these other things. And all that can be true, but it's the reality of the situation. And so the reason why women do not understand that is because when they try to look at men and try to understand men, they look at men with female lenses. And when you look at a man with a female lens, you will not understand it. It will seem so foreign to you that he could say things like, well, I love you and I love the family. I was just doing it because it was there, it was fun. And they have a hard time understanding that. But that tends to be the number one reason why men cheat. Now, they cheat for other reasons too, but that's the number one reason. Women tend to cheat for the same reasons, but their number one reason for cheating is different. And the number one reason why women cheat is for emotional connection. They're not getting that emotional connection from their partner, from their spouse, and so that's why they will tend to cheat for that reason. So I'm sorry about the video not looking that good. I'm in my car driving against the sunset. So when men have a hard time understanding women when they see that women would cheat because of emotional connection. But it makes all the sense in the world. It may not seem like it makes sense, but it makes all the sense in the world. There's an old saying that men give intimacy to get sex, and women give sex to get intimacy. And so it holds true, and it fits within this whole paradigm, this whole rubric about how men and women are different. Now, when they come to counseling, it amuses me that women I guess because they watch a lot of television, they want to see the man break down and cry and have a snot bubble cry and have some eureka, oh, I've seen the light. And they think that if the man will do that, then he'll discover why, because that when he was 5, his mother abandoned him and he felt disconnected from the womb and had attachment issues, and now that if he could recognize that, then he will magically turn around and stop doing what he's doing. And that's not true. Insight doesn't necessarily lead to a change in behavior. And so what a lot of people, when they think of psychology and counseling, they think they want to see somebody cry, get all upset. They want an Eon or Dr. Phil moment, something that'll look good on television. You can have all the eureka, hallelujah, I'm saved, Jesus moments all you want to, but then a month down the road, people will go right back to doing the same behavior. So it's not about having insight or revelation as to why you did something or how your past influences your current behavior. There's a whole field of psychology, object relations, Freudian psychoanalysis. All these things try to get you to think that if we can just find out that mysterious reason, get in touch with the child within that didn't get enough love and felt separated, and once we kind of can love myself and have my self-esteem, that I'll stop doing that. Sounds nice, sounds dramatic, makes for good television, but it's bullshit. You know, it's basically, cheating is about boundaries and people crossing those boundaries. And if you take it from that angle, and that's what I do when I help couples move away from infidelity. If you take it from that angle, as well as about what your priorities are, then we can get more into a behavioral contract about how we're going to be with each other. You know, so this is the problem. People go watch too much television and they go for these emotional, dramatic things when that's not going to do it. What's going to do it is a change in behavior and having some consequences to behavior and being in touch with your priorities. These are the things that help people have a different experience moving toward the future to make sure that there's no infidelity. So this is just something that I need people to recognize. I think people should recognize if they want to have a better relationship, moving away from infidelity. Because people, again, they can have all these emotional reactions and say, I'm gonna do better. But what really matters is not your inside and emotional reaction. What really matters is that your behavior and that you do things differently. So we need to focus on that when we're trying to move away from infidelity and move more toward commitment, because it's about boundaries and staying true to your commitment. Okay? So marriage is about boundaries. You can't get married and expect that you're just going to keep behaving the way you did when you were single, unless that's your agreement. Everybody's got a different agreement, but an orthodox traditional marriage is about boundaries and exclusivity when it comes to sex and relationships. It's about being sexually monogamous and not fostering and flirting with potential others who could become another significant other or primary partner and threaten the primary relationship. So you have to stay away from relationships that will threaten your primary relationships that could lead to sex. So you've heard me say it before, I'll say it again. The quote that I came up with, that enemies are not a threat to your marriage, friends are. So you need to be careful with attractive, tempting others. You need to be careful with friends, because people usually don't sleep with their enemies. So you have to establish the boundaries real clear. Once those boundaries are established, you need to hold true to them and stay far away from the line. All right, so that's all for today as far as infidelity and what to expect in counseling and to move away from infidelity. So hope you enjoyed it. If you know somebody else that will like this message, please share it with them. Again, harmonious wishes.